Their dedication is without a doubt one of the basic pillars for Flip to continue to exist. And you are another of the pillars, the audience, the public, broader and broader, increasingly diverse, expressing this desire that Flip return to occupying the spaces, the town squares, and the streets of Paraty. These two pillars are the veritable sources of energy for Flip. Thank you very much to all of you. The spirit of Flip was born 3 decades ago. It was born of the reading and listening of this territory where Flip happens and where it takes place in Paraty. It's from the ties and bonds with this place that this edition of the festival emerge. And we are nheeri, as the indigenous peoples, the Guarani, call this forest, nheéry. And here in the forest, nheéry, surprisingly preserved, we have found the spirits of cooperation, diversity, and regenerative capacity to hold the 19th Flip. And the pandemic has brought a sense of urgency. It's important for us to think that it's no longer thinkable to inhabit the world as we had done. We knew that before, but the pandemic made this clearer. And we discovered in the last 2 years of this experience, this difficult and traumatic experience of the pandemic, that perhaps literature may have a unique role in this transformation. This year, we pay tribute to the indigenous peoples struggling with the pandemic, the writer, healer of the Takuá people, the artist and writer, Feliciano Lana, from the Dezana people, Domingos Fenice, a Guarani leader, the healer, Makushi, the artist, Jaider Disbel, and also Olga Savary, Maria Lúcia Alvim, Aldir Blanc, Sérgio Santana, amongst so many others. The curatorship is collective with a curatorial collaboration traversed by numerous voices, as is natural in literature. Our acknowledgements to the curators of Flip, to the writer and philosopher, Evandro Nascimento, the anthropologist of the Tucano people, João Paulo Lima Barreto, we're going to be showing videos, first videos of residents of this place, dwellers of the forest who have strong relationship to nheéry, especially Paraty, but also the region, Ubatuba and Angra dos Reis. And you will be able to share the way that this form of inhabiting the forest already exists in potential in these people, and you will be able to feel the ties between these people, these places, and the topics that will be shared in the roundtables, the interviews. All of us share one realization: the forests are the new center of the world, and Brazil is rich precisely because of that. And a new time is starting now. It's a great honor for us to begin and open the 19th Flip with the educator, Nhe'éry Takuá, and the filmmaker and Guarani leader, Carlos Papá, our specialists and ambassadors for Nhe'éry, the forest directly from the Mother Church Square in Paraty, through whom we thank all the guest authors of this edition of Flip. In the coming days, we want the experience to be relevant for all of you. We wish you a wonderful Flip. This is in Guarani, no? By Carlos Papá speaking in Guarani.
São Sebastião, Betioga, Jopia, Guerupi, Puchero, Cherecoa, Momburi, Apugui, Marichi, Aju, Apu Paraty, Ajogroa, uma pendreve, Tiau, Manami pa, Minami, Nhe'éry, ko Jaiquare, o Pamba Eteran de Pé, Nhandequai Porão, Harambiuma, a Flip Cherenoi, a Euma Che, a Roi Awaipa, Minami, Chewipe, Pende, Cherenoi, o Carmo Aju, a Euma Che Poaru Pirive, Cheuma, Pame, Jaro Japuchaca, Marupipa, ou então a preparativa Nhe'éry, a Euri, Ponamiria, Tcheu, a Gujevet.
Meu nome é Cristine Takuá.
My name is Cristine Takuá. I come from the Rio Silveira in the Atlantic Forest, the indigenous land, territory of Nhe'éry. Nhe'éry is an ancestral territory where the spirits bathe the visible and invisible beings and continue in dialogue, even silently, in the society of information in this technological world, which insists on not seeing the territory in which they live. This year, we have an edition of Flip where people are not present in person, but the spirit beings of Nhe'éry are here singing, flying, and the waves coming and going, the rocks, the waters, everything present in this ancestral territory of the ancestral peoples. The Guarani people resist and have resisted for more than 500 years with their chants, their prayers, their ways of being in the territories. All of this territory in many places with the geography of science, which shares and fragments the territories. But within Yurupá, where Nhe'éry resists, it is profoundly connected to a great web where all beings engage in dialogue every morning and every afternoon at sundown. At sunrise and sundown, this edition with Flip invites other narratives. These narratives, ancestral narratives, will be a huge presence of beings who continue to pray, the Guarani people. So this year we're going to have a meeting on the Mother Church Square where the Guarani people will join together for a prayer, which is like a breath for the entire planet to wake up to this respect, the respect for all forms of life, because all forms of life, they merit being respected, not only human beings, plant beings, animal beings, mineral beings, invisible and invisible beings. So this prayer that will happen with the Guarani people is for all society to realize the importance of respect for all forms of life. The Guarani children still pray every day in Opu, which is the prayer house, for this knowledge to be passed down and concentrated in the sense of preserving it, for it never to stop or cease existing. While the children continue to pray, the prayer people with their chants and maracas, their rattles, there will still be resistance in the resilience which continue, so that we continue happy, that we continue believing that this territory, it will always be ancestral. So it is extremely important this time now, even with just a few human people, but with many spiritual beings, many animal beings, and plant beings that we're going to be here, that are going to be with us with this sacred prayer for society to understand this most simple thing, which is respect. Respect Nhe'éry, the forest, is to respect our own life, because without water and air, there's no way that we can live. Just like us as well, the children of the tapirs and the jaguars should be respected. They need to live. So Flip has this possibility of other narratives, ancestral narratives, which bring as the basis the spiritual force, the force of Pitingua, of tobacco, that of the maracá rattle, the children's prayer for the society to wake up and no longer just look at humankind, but all forms of life. Agujeva.
Agujewete. Ave tema ko aero pediu já jogou guapê ko ananupi ko ekwe nhe'éry pinha de quai uma penembaraete pero aguachu amare kona javirpi uma anoita.
The Guarani leader, Carlos Papá, is speaking in Guarani.
Nilo o atapa, mamoto, Nilo. Ótimo. Mawatu Nilo de Pupita. Tá. Tá. Jajari ya ju. Jajari. Itatipuguá. Eu tenho o Vichá. Pua Vitor. Ao Apple Jandro. Ao Apple. Ao mais noita Jandro Vichá Mauro. Boa tarde.
Good afternoon. I speak in Portuguese. At this moment now we are here in the name of the place which is Nhe'éry, which is the Atlantic forest, the name in Guarani for the Atlantic forest. We are here at this precise moment with the group representing Nhe'éry, the voice of the Atlantic forest, which inhabits all beings. So they sang the force to intone this environment where we are. We are here in pursuit of a better life, not only for humans, but for living beings. Nhe'éry, which is the Atlantic forest, where there are insects, birds, and other animals, and water, and the sea. So they sang to all these, in these songs, intoning this sense that humans need to know and nhe'éry. So this nhe'éry, the forest, will be with us in the entire world, which acknowledge nhe'éry. So I'm calling forward at this moment now and thanking Mauro Munoz, who is also a founder of the Paraty International Literary Festival, for having been sensitive and having this calling and understanding with nhe'éry. That is why I wish to speak and tell this alliance together with the Guarani people here from Paraty, representing nhe'éry. From this day forward, we are certain people from Paraty will know nhe'éry better, and hence the huge importance at this moment. So I want to turn the floor over to Mauro Munoz in the presence of our leader, of the elder and the young leader who represent our territory, our habitat here in Nhe'éry, in the Atlantic forest. So thank you very much, Mauro. Welcome. I want to thank you indeed for this invitation. We want to thank Brazil. Brazil is rich and Brazil has forests. So we want to thank you. These forests are kept and protected by their peoples. I want to make special thanks to the Guarani people who resist and have survived and care for these values and this wealth, which is nhe'éry. which is what we have is the most valuable thing we have. Paraty is at the center of Nhe'éry. We have a preserved forest protecting, and these values are the ones that we feel should be reclaimed. Thank you very much.
Viva o Nhe'éry!
Long live Nhe'éry.